What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to NoLifeTilMetal. Going to be doing the NoLifeTilMetal graphics update today. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I've been very busy with work, which is great. But because it's been so long, I've got piles of stuff to show for this NoLifeTilMetal graphics update. I'm going to stick to vinyl today and one cassette. I'll do another one down the road with the bundle of CDs that I have to show. And I've had some people tell me, you know, they missed me doing these videos and they like to see the graphic stuff. I'm curious if anybody watching this wants to see stuff outside of music, because I don't just do records. I do other things too. I've done books and magazines and invitations and all that kind of stuff, and I get new stuff in, but I just don't tend to show those on this channel because people are mostly interested in music. So if you're interested in seeing some other stuff, let me know and I'll do a short video and show some of that stuff as well. So let me get right into this. Not in any particular order. I just pulled a bunch of the records that I knew I had worked on recently, I hadn't shown yet. First up, we've got Brother Kane. Of course, this is a huge album back in the day. It featured hits, let's see here, Got No Shame and That Don't Satisfy Me, which I still hear those on, you know, rock radio today. But this is on, it's actually a release that came from two labels. It's Girder Records and Blind Tiger Records out of Tennessee, and I worked for both the labels doing this. And this band actually just went on tour, and actually think the last show was just a few days ago. My buddy Rob Caldwell went to the show, and he actually is the guy who remastered this. Nice thing about the mastering on these Brother Kanes, there's cassettes and CDs for this as well. I only have the vinyl at this moment to show. Once I get the cassette and CD in the mail, I'll show those. But Damon from the band, you know, guitar player, vocalist, he mentioned to Rob how much he thought this thing sounded incredible, and he was impressed with the overall mastering and sound, but he said he was also impressed with the art, which is a huge compliment to me, so I really appreciate it. But anyhow, this is the outside packaging. As you can see, it's got a custom hype sticker on it, and we try to stick to the original, well, the original art. There's nothing, you know, we didn't repackage this thing at all. We wanted it to be the original. I did manage to get out some detail that was lost in the original. There's quite a bit more detail here. If you look even more so than the original CD release, check it out for yourself. I don't have one to compare it to, but just simple things like the little Kodak logo over here. It's actually there on the original, but it's printed so dark you can't see it, which is unfortunate. In any case, front cover, back cover. There's a couple different color variations on this one. I'm going to show you the one I have. I only have the one, so I can't remember the other color variations. I know the band was selling these on tour. So it's kind of a orange and purple and some yellows and stuff in there. Custom center labels. You can see the two record label names on there, both Girder and Blind Tiger Records. It came in a black sleeve. I took it out and put mine into a poly sleeve to protect it, which is, I pretty much do that to all my records these days if it doesn't already come in a polyline sleeve. But in any case, you also get the lyrics, liner notes, photos of the band and whatnot. So came out pretty cool. I'm really happy with it. I love the way that photo came out. As you can, I don't know if you can see, but I made it look like it was tacked onto there and put some shadowing on it to make it look like it was popping off the page a bit. But yeah, it came out really nice. I'm really happy with how it came out. But also, if you pre-ordered it, and I don't know if these are still available or not, but they came with a autographed 12 by 18 poster of the band, which I also did the artwork for, and I'm really happy with how that came out. So kind of has that old school 90s grungy look, which is great, although they're, especially on here, are far from a grunge band. I describe them as southern rock or just straight up hard rock. Either way, great album. Was very blessed to be able to work on this one, and it's available at either blindtigerrecords.com or girdermusic.com, or you can get it on Amazon, or you can actually, this is one you can actually, if they don't have it in your local store, you can actually request to order it, because it's available pretty much worldwide through Girder's distribution. Next up, same label, same two labels. This is Love and Death. And now Love and Death is Love and Death is the, I guess, one of the side bands of you know, Korn's side project. But yeah, this is the front, the back. I did get to do the layout on this one. Obviously, the cover art is the original cover art. There's actually two different covers for this. One had a dark cover with the same image on it. One had a light one. We went with the light one. You can see it's got a custom hype sticker. There's, I think, 3 different color variations on this one. Black and blue, and then the white and blue splatter, which is the one I have here. Has an insert inside of it. Lyrics and photos. And then this too came with the pre-orders came with an autographed, as you can see. Head signed this one. So the pre-orders came with the poster, and also the pre-orders came with, I dropped it, the band's logo sticker, little die cut in the middle of it. So anyhow, very cool package. Definitely modern rock, you know, I don't know, new metal, whatever you want to call it. To me, it just sounds like, you know, a little bit like Korn, and why wouldn't it? I mean, he was the guitar player in Korn, right? So, good stuff, though. I mean, it came out great. I'm really happy to have worked on it, and I think the graphics came out superb. The thing about this one here was I was able to get the original art, so there's no chance of it, you know, being pixelated or anything like that, which was nice. Whereas on Brother Cane, the original art was lost, so I had to recreate it. But like I said, I'm telling you, the detail in this thing is amazing. I was shocked at how much more detail there was than you actually could see on the original CD versions. Okay, next up, Record Store Day release that I worked on. I wrestled a bear once. This is It's All Happening. Again, custom hype sticker. You can see the Black Friday Record Store Day logo on there. These guys are very unique sounding. They are a mixture of death metal and mathcore and metalcore and a little bit of industrial and a little bit of electronics. It's an odd mixture. Female vocals, sings sometimes, screams a lot. I mean, it's very unique. But even the names of the songs, I mean, this should tell you one thing. Tastes Like Kevin Bacon is one of the songs off of here. And let's see here. You Ain't No Family also on here, which was, I guess, featured in Rock Band 2 video. I don't really play video games much, so I don't know. But cover came out superb. As you can see, it's really nice. It's a very busy cover, but it matches the music. The music is intense. And then it's got the insert. Lyrics, liner notes, and lyrics on the other side. Very colorful, very graphic, and I really like it. And then it's got a custom, and it came in the polyline sleeve this time. This one came in a polyline sleeve already. And it's on it. It's very dark. I don't know how well it's going to show on there. It actually looks black on the video, but it is a deep purple color. It's funny, it depends on the light you put it in. In any case, it's very deep purple. At certain lights it looks black. At certain lights it looks deep. It looks purple. If I hold it up to a light and allow the light to shine through it, you can really see how bright the purple is. But very unusual color. This is actually one that was done for Brutal Planet Records. So Brutal Planet Records is boomsoverstock.com. I don't think they have any of these for sale. They all went to Record Store Day. So if this is a band you're interested in, you would have had to pick this one up from your local store on Record Store Day. You know, unless there's copies still floating around out there, I don't know. Best chances if you're interested in it is eBay probably right now, or Discogs. Because like I said, the label doesn't have any. They all went to Record Store Day. However, if you like this band, we also have I Wrestled a Bear Once, Late for Nothing. Again, it's got the custom label. This one here is not a Record Store Day release. It was released directly from Brutal Planet Records. So this one you can get on Amazon, you can get it on eBay, you can get it on Discogs, you can get it, you can order it from your local record store. They can get this for you. And You pretty much can get this one anywhere, but the quickest and cheapest way is probably go to boonsoverstock.com and get it direct. These are colored vinyl. I have yet to put this one in a sleeve, but you can see it's a cyan blue color, custom center labels, which came out really nice with the big I Wrestled a Bear Once logo on it. Very unusual artwork on this one. All their stuff is unusual. They're just an unusual band. That's just all there is to it. Front cover, you can see the lady waving. It's got a dog face. Here's the lady on the back with a dog face, and her dog has the woman face. So, a little strange. There's the insert. You can see more pictures of the woman with the dog face. And then the lyrics, and you can see the logo in the background. So it came out really nice. I'm really happy with how this one came out. Once again, unusual sound. I can't even compare them to anybody. I wouldn't call them straightforward metalcore by any stretch of the imagination. They are definitely more of a hybrid band, death metal. There's, like I said, electronic elements mixed in. The hype sticker says eclectic, chaotic, and can oftentimes be catchy. With special guest Steve Vai, and Steve Vai played some guitar solos on here. It is a very interesting album if you're into, you know, extreme music or really heavy music. That's very creative. You might want to check these guys out. And then one more. This is I Wrestled a Bear Once, ruining it for everyone. You can see the beautiful birthday cake on the front cover there. It's the cigarette butts and what looks to me like, I don't know. Looks like a worm right there to me, but I have a feeling that's actually the edge of like a cookie or something like that. But yeah, it's got cigarette butts all stuffed in it. Here's the front cover and the back cover. You can see the kids from the birthday party back there. The pictures on the inside are, again, a little strange, but this band is a little strange, so why not? So there's all the kids at the birthday party making funny faces. The liner notes, and then here's the lyrics on the opposite side. Once again, I have not put this one in a proper sleeve yet. It's still on the sleeve it came in, which is just white, generic white, but you can see this kind of has this, I think we call it this moss green or something like that. I don't remember. Let's look on the hype sticker, see what it says. It doesn't actually have the color on here. We got this, it's a party green, but you can see the custom center labels, and both of them have a child on there, which was, this one was fun to work on. I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I think all three of these I Wrestled a Bear Once. Some of them I had, you know, assets from the record labels on. Some of it I didn't. I had to scan some of it, descreen it, those kind of things. That's all part of the job. You know, we have to. Sometimes I get there. Sometimes I'm lucky and the label has all the art, and I can just, you know, format it and put in the correct color, you know, adjustments and the color profiles. You know, when you export out a PDF, you have to export out the correct color profiles and all that kind of stuff. So usually it's really simple, but other times there is no art and I have to create it from scratch. So another Record Store Day release. This is also on Brutal Planet Records. Again, if this is one that you wanted, you would have probably had to get this on Record Store Day, unless one of your local record stores still has copies, or you can get it from the band who are on one of their shows. So who are X-Cops? Basically War, under a different name, and it's kind of a side project, and they all dress like cops, and you can see a picture of the band in the back wearing police outfits. This thing is raw. I mean, lyrically, very raw. But it's all tongue-in-cheek, and it's actually fun. It's very much a mixture of metal and punk. Not too far off from Gore, but a little more punk than Gore was. Or is. I guess they're still around. Again, custom sticker. You can see the Black Friday sticker on there. Front cover, back cover. And here is the insert with a collage of photos of the band, some lyrics, another photo, and lyrics and liner notes. The actual vinyl itself, and this one is also available on CD. You can get the CD from boonsoverstock.com, but it's kind of it's red and it's got some black, you know, marbling in it. But I love the way the center rings came on here with the police lines and do not cross and the X-Cops logo and all that kind of fun stuff. And Yeah, this is another fun one to work on, but this one was interesting because, again, I had nothing to go off of, so everything on here is recreated from scratch, but it came out spectacular. I totally recreated their logo up here. I created this logo up here, so everything is sharp. These are vector images that I recreated, and they came out really nice. So anyhow, X-Cops, Record Store Day release, Black Friday Record Store Day release. Once again, that was Brutal Planet Records. Again, if you're interested in that one, the CD you can get from boonsoverstock.com or Amazon or eBay or any of those kind of places. The vinyl, if it's not in your local record store, best bet is either eBay or Discogs. Next up, NoLifeTilMetal Records. This is Warner, After the Rage. Now, it's a bit of an odd project because this is, I mean, you can see the hype sticker on the front. It says, After the Rage, featuring tracks from former members of Heathen's Rage. Bob Pissarro vocals, Rob Warner guitar, and Chris Teresen on drums. It's 3 of the 5 members of the original Heathen's Rage. So after Heathen's Rage disbanded in the late 80s, Rob Warner went solo, and he recorded some solo tracks. So the first 4 tracks are his solo tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep. And then the rest of the tracks are recorded in the early 90s by the original Heathen's Rage guys. So you've got After the Rage here, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tracks from After the Rage. This one also is available on CD. The CD actually has a few more After the Rage tracks on it. So if you're into Heathen's Rage, this is one worth checking out, because everybody's probably like, who's Warner? Well, like I said, he was the guitar player from from Heathen's Rage. Even Warner was kind of a popular East Coast band back in the late 80s. Heathen's Rage were a very popular band in the area back then. They played with everybody, man. Overkill and SOD and anybody that came through town, Heathen's Rage was playing them. I saw them with Anthrax on the Spreading the Disease tour. They toured a bit with the Ramones, so they were around a lot. Well worth picking up if you're a Heathen's Rage fan, because we didn't want to put the Heathen's Rage logo in here because it's really not a Heathen's Rage project, and it's not that same fast speed metal, you know, heavy metal thrash hybrid that Heathen's Rage was doing. The Warner tracks are definitely more melodic, like a heavy Dokken, whereas the Warner tracks are just more straightforward heavy metal, hard rock. Basically, it sounds like Heathen's Rage slowed down. That's pretty much what I call it. But I love this song here called Gone South. It's this real kind of slow, doomy, heavy track. And if you're interested on YouTube, you can actually see the video, the lyric video for Gone South. Worth checking out if you're into Heathen's Rage. And before I forget, here's the insert with some classic photos of the band and a collage of memorabilia and photos on the other side. It just has a write-up from Rob on it. Gives kind of the history of all the tracks, who played on them, all that kind of stuff. Talks about the reformation of the Heathen's Rage guys. This is black vinyl, black polyline sleeve. This comes on my label, NoLifeTilMetal Records. But there's the custom center label, and of course the NoLifeTilMetal fist on the B side. So anyhow, that's available at NoLifeTilMetalRecords.com, or you can go to RoxRecords.com and click on the NoLifeTilMetal link, or you can go to my website, NoLifeTilMetal.com, and you can just click on the records button. That'll get you there too. So there you go. You can also get it, I believe, on Discogs, I think, and maybe even Amazon. But cheapest and best way to just go direct to the website, NoLifeTilMetalRecords.com. This one too. Now this album, I love this album. This is one of my favorite albums of the year. I've played this thing so much it's ridiculous. Now it's an album I'm very connected to because I got to work on everything on this one. Just like this one here. I mean, there was no cover art for this. This is a cover that I created from an old photo that Rob had. So I created the cover art. The whole layout's mine. Everything is art that I created. Graphics that I created. Same thing with this one. The cover art is completely created. There's no AI used here. This is all done with Photoshop brushes and whatnot. But you can see it's kind of a cool Armageddon-like scene in the background. The name of the album is Virtual Sympathy, and there's a lot of little details you're not gonna be able to see on the camera. But if you have the vinyl with the CD, you can just look around, because in the dump area down here, you'll find various different things. You'll see skulls, and hidden back here, there's a little nuclear waste container, and there's a kid down here eating garbage off the ground, and then you've got the modern virtual sympathizer taking pictures of himself, selfies of himself, you know, with all the stuff in the background. You see the buzzards flying around in the back, and you can see one buzzard kind of soaring down here towards the kids. You can see what's left of an old highway ramp. So, and the back came out great too. I mean, all this stuff was created in Photoshop using brushes, so I'm really happy with how it came out. But you see a band photo, but if you look in the background, you can see all kinds of more stuff. Again, if you look closely, you can see things. There's a skull down here hidden by the NoLifeTilMetal logo. There's an upside down car in the picture. There's all kinds of crap that I was just having fun putting stuff in there. It was a lot of fun working on this one. And we went through probably, I'm going to say 10 or 12 rounds of proofs before we got to this look. And I really like how this came out. It's very stylized, and it just came out great. I'm really happy with it. And the music's fantastic. So who are Anger is Art? I think this is their 7th release. They are an LA thrash band. Features Steve Gaines right here, who, of course, Steve is the main member in this band. Steve Gaines, formerly of Bloodlust and Abattoir, among others. He's kind of an LA icon. He also plays locally with a band called Early Priest. And then you've got right here and here, so Rob Alvarez on drums, and man, it's slipping my mind the name of the guitar player. Anyhow, 2 guys from Evil Dead. You've got the lead guitar player from Evil Dead, the drummer from Evil Dead, but Rob has basically been in Anger is Art since the beginning as well. He's like, him and Steve are like, the 2 main men in the band. But then what you got here is thrash metal. It's just pure thrash. It's a little modern. Obviously, the production's modern, but I mean, this is old school recording. This is a band in a studio, an actual studio with an actual producer, and all that kind of stuff. There's no, home studio drums recorded with a computer kind of stuff. Now, this is real thrash metal recorded by real people. No AI involved. Black vinyl. If I can get it out of the sleeve, you can once again see the custom label, and with any NoLifeTilMetal records, you can see the fist on the B-side. So yeah, this one came out great. Absolutely love this album. It is available at NoLifeTilMetalRecords.com. CD and vinyl. One bummer about this one, it does not have an insert. And not that I didn't create one, I did. I created a photo insert with lyrics and liner notes and all that kind of stuff. Well, the album was put into production, and several months later, we approved all the proofs. Everything came back, and then it got shipped to us, and then we got them in the mail, and there was no inserts inside. The factory who created these for us forgot to insert them and forgot to actually even print them, so they never even got printed. So anyhow, there is no insert on this one, which is unfortunate. But mistakes happen, and we didn't want to ship all these back and just deal with the mess just to add an insert. So it is what it is. It's still a great package and great music. It'll be in my top of the year list, I guarantee it, because I've just played it that many times. Rocks Records. This is Applehead, the light side of the apple. I did the layout for this one. Did not create the cover art. The only thing I did on the cover was add the text and the logo on the top. The cover art is an actual painting created by somebody, and it's supposed to have that kind of old school heavy metal look. But you got the evil apple here, who's got a name, I can't remember what his name is, and then you got the 2 main band members here. Greg Minier, who is right here in the glasses, was the guitar player for the Crucified, Minier, and of course it's the second Applehead album. And his bass player, right there with the fuchsia beard. Another one that just came out spectacular. I did the layout on the whole thing. If I can get it out of the sleeve. This too is black vinyl. Custom center label. Purposely made the hole go through the eye of the apple skull. Rocks Records on the backside, like any Rocks Records release, has that customized Rocks logo. And then this one does have an insert. there's your lyrics. And then on the other side, various photos of the band recording the album and a couple of studio pics as well. And liner notes. This album is just straightforward hard rock, heavy metal. It is one of the best sellers on the Rocks label this year. I don't even know if any vinyl is left. I think they pressed 200 copies, and last I heard they were nearly gone. And then Rocks just had their big 50% off Black Friday sale, so I don't know if there's any left at all. If you are interested in Applehead, if you are a fan of very creative and very well recorded heavy metal, this album is worth checking out. There are CDs available too. You can get them on rocksrecords.com. This one too. This is actually right up there. Actually, these two records right here, I was just told recently by Bill Bafford, the owner of Rocks Records, that they were his two best-selling albums of the year so far. But this is Testimony of the Apocalypse, The Offering. This one also is available on CD with a slightly different cover. This is something that we planned from the beginning, to have two different covers. I may have the other one sitting right here. If not, I'll have to show it later. Yeah, I don't see it. It's in this pile of stuff over here somewhere. But anyhow, Testimony of the Apocalypse, The Offering, the second album from that band. I did not create the cover on this one. The cover was created by a guy named Seth Meyers, who did a great job. But I used bits and pieces of it, of his graphics throughout the whole album, which is pretty much, something any designer is going to do for any project. It's got a custom insert with lyrics, and then there's some photos of the band in there. And of course, you've got Paul Graham down here on drums. Paul Graham being the original drummer, one of the founding members of the band Sacrament. Sacrament's first album was called Testimony of Apocalypse. Therefore, this band is Testimony of Apocalypse. Originally had the first album had the original Sacrament vocalists on it too. This one's very different because it has a bunch of guest vocalists on there. I won't go through all that right now. I'm just mostly showing this for graphics, but it came out really nice. And the center label, it's on black vinyl as well. I like black vinyl because it's more metal. None more black. But let's see if I can spin this thing a little bit. There's the custom center label, and then on the B-side, the Rocks logo. This is just pure, brutal, modern thrash metal, pushing the boundaries of death metal at times. Every song is very... I think why I like this so much is every song is unique, and you don't get bored with it. It doesn't become instant background music. The speed is there, the intensity is there, the guitar solos are phenomenal. It's definitely a heavy record. So if you're into thrash and death metal, you're going to dig this album. Again, great album, Testimony of the Apocalypse, The Offering. All right. I got a few more to go, and man, this is going to be a long video. All right, I'm going to have to go quicker. Medieval Death. This is Iprano Records out of Greece. This is an EP, but also comes with a full-length DVD. This packaging is really nice. You have to go... The only way to get this is go to Iperano.com. YPERANO.com. Iperano.com. And this is fantastic, kind of epic heavy metal, along the lines of, say, Sirathongol, Manila Road, that kind of epic heavy metal. Warlord, that's kind of where these guys remind me of. Great vocalists, fantastic guitar playing, old school, late 80s heavy metal. But the packaging, I had to recreate the packaging. I had to recreate the logo because they didn't have a decent logo because, like I said, it was all back in the day, So I recreated the logo. It came out spectacular. So I did the cover art, basically. It's very simplistic, but this is what the label wanted. And there's the back, which I also obviously laid out and designed. It comes with a 4-page insert with a very detailed history of the band, including all the photos that you see and all these little, bits of flyers and all that kind of stuff. While you're reading along, it kind of goes with what it is that you're reading. So it's very nice. This took a long time to work on, but I'm very happy with how it came out. It is also comes with a 12 by 12 insert on top of that with photographs and lyrics and liner notes and all that kind of stuff. Black polyline sleeve, black vinyl, everything's black. Black polyline sleeve, custom center label, and then you've got the, if I can get in here, here's the DVD, but you can see it's got quite a lengthy DVD, and all this stuff comes in the package for free. So check it out if you're interested. I mean, if you're into especially underground metal, you know, rare stuff. Not only is this, you know, very underground band and very rare, there was only 100 of these pressed, but there are still copies available at eprano.com. I'll try and remember to put a link below so you guys can find it easier. I gotta go quick. So this is also from Brutal Planet Records. This is Lazarus A.D, The Onslaught. Fantastic US thrash band. This is their first album. Their second album is going to be released on vinyl in 2024 as well. So keep an eye out for that. But yeah, these guys are awesome. I love this album. I've loved it since I had the original forever. Now I have the remastered CD and the vinyl. The remastering is superb. Not that it didn't sound good to begin with, but whatever they did in the studio, you know, the mastering studio, it just has more clarity. There's a little more separation between the instruments, so you can kind of hear what the bass player is doing. You can hear all the different guitars, and the bottom end is there. It's quite as shrill's the wrong word, but it's not kind of high end. It just sounds so good on vinyl and CD. So very happy with how this one came out. But you got an insert, photos, lyrics, obviously, custom center label. This is on an orange vinyl. Obviously I put that one into a sleeve because it originally came in one of these paper sleeves, and then the front cover and back cover. And this album was originally released by the band independently with a different cover, and then this band signed with Metal Blade, and the album was remixed by James Murphy. And if you look on the hype sticker, you can see it says remixed by James Murphy of Thrash Metal Legends Testament. The hype sticker also says, it's got a review on there. If you like the classic thrash era, there is something here for everyone. If you listen to bands like Slayer, Creator, Exodus, and Testament, Lazarus A.D. continues what those bands started. Metal Critics Review. I love this album, so if you're a thrash fan, this is worth picking up. This one here, you can order from your local store. You can get it on Amazon, Discogs, or you can go directly to BrutalPlanetRecords.com or BoonesOverstock.com will get you there. And they are, it's not that expensive, but they'll get that way because there was only, I think, 300 pressed. So worldwide, that is 300 pressed. And the last two, Final Acts, late 80s band. This is on Retroactive Records. This was a fun one to work on too. I like this band. I've liked them for decades. I've had different CD pressings of it. Never been on vinyl before. Original release was only on tape. This is actually their second album. It got a kind of an unusual story because they started recording the second album, I believe it was in 1989, and it never really got finished or released. So in 2005, Retroactive Records hired Robert Sweet of Striper to come in and finish the drum parts, to record all the drum parts on the album. All they had was basically scratch tracks of drums, so he recorded all the drum work. They used the original guitars and vocals and everything else and mixed the album, and this is what you get. So even though it was their second album, it really wasn't released until 2005, but it was recorded back in the late 80s, maybe even in 1990. This is the insert, and this image here you see of the tree, I didn't create that. It was in the original image. All I did was clean it up and blow it up, and so it could be shown. I just think it's an awesome image. But anyhow, I got lyrics, front cover, still got the shrink on it, which I'll take off soon, and back cover, and then this is black vinyl. 200 copies pressed total on this one, so not a whole lot of them. You can pick this one up at BoonesOverstock.com. custom center label, and with all retroactive, there's the flame on the back side, although the flame is always customized as well, so it's not just to, you know, slap on the same artwork. Nope, it's always custom. Heavyweight vinyl, I think this is like a, feels like a 160 gram. I don't think it's 180, but it's up there. And it sounds great. New mastering by Rob Caldwell. Just came out great. I'm really happy with it. Originally on this one, I had no artwork. All I had was the CD, and fortunately for me, I was able to get a hold of the original artist who did the cover art, and he was able to get me some decent sized files, so I was able to, you know, use that artwork. Whereas this album, their first album, which was recorded in 1988-89 and was released on cassette tape only, this one I had to recreate the cover because there was no, you know, good digital artwork out there anywhere. This one's still sealed, so I'm going to open it now. We're going to look at it together, do the old jeans trick. Alright, front cover, back cover, classic Final Axe logo, very 80s looking. Obviously very cheesy looking art, but I love it. It's so 80s looking. This is the original cover. This album actually has been released on vinyl with a different black and white cover that I don't totally wonder why they changed the cover, but and it's also been released on CD several times with different covers, updated art. But on this one, we decided to go back to the original art. Just I don't know, it just has that classic 80s look. You know, hand drawn. You know, the old, I don't know what you call that thing, a devil hand or something, a demon hand or a goblin. I don't know what it is. But anyhow, I like the cover. I know some people say it's cheesy, but so what? What's wrong with a little bit of cheese now and then? So you've got the custom center label, and on the B side, the retroactive flame. This one's odd because most of the retroactive stuff, and I don't know if it was an oversight, but most of them come in the polyline black sleeve, but this is just a regular black sleeve, so I'll have to put it in a poly sleeve. And the insert, classic photos of the band from back in the day. So you can kind of see all the, and there's, you know, liner notes, and there's a write-up from Kevin Crothers from the old Heaven's Metal magazine and White Throne magazine, and there's also a write-up from guitar player Bill Mention. So very cool. So that's my NoLifeTilMetal graphics update. That is a long video, and I apologize for it. Like I said, it's been a while. I had a lot to show, so I appreciate you watching. If you made it through that far, right on. Please leave a message below. Let me know what you think, and that's it. God bless. Stay strong.